we go. Did you know that if you want to stream, it helps if you push the start button? I know, it's very strange. Why would anyone push the start button when they want to stream? Right. Where's my chat? Oh, my chat screen is open again. That was gone last week and now it's suddenly back, so you can move over here. No, whole screen move over here. There we go. Haven't been able to do a pre-scratch. Let's first do some texting, so I can send it to the people who can't watch live. There we go. And I haven't been able to look for new cutting dies. And to be honest, I really have a lot, so I'm not really into them at the moment. So only if they have subjects I'm interested in. Right. Let's first start the weekly updates. There are none. Well, there are probably some updates, just very little. Let's see, I was teaching last week a lot, so I didn't really have a weekend. Just went from day job to second job and back to day job, so yes, I'm tired, also because I had to cycle, but at least this time when I cycled and I came home, there was still somewhat of a light. And I dropped? I haven't dropped any frames according to the data, but it's possible. There are always little bumps. Oh, there's still sound here. Why? But I thought I muted it. There we go. So now I can hear nothing anymore. I don't think Penny will be included in this one. because it just doesn't fit. And even though the comic is called Penny, it's actually the world of Penny, which can be about anything happening in Nieuwegein. Let's remove the text so I can have a clear place. This one is blinking from the corner of my eye, so remove the blinkini. And let's... that doesn't really make sense. What else can I do? Not much. Let's think about it. Still have time to change things. And have fun with your stream tomorrow morning. Per usual, I won't be able to watch it live. And I'm not sure if I'll be doing anything after the stream. We'll see. I have a bit of a sore finger. And I don't know if it's because of straining or that I bumped it. I honestly can't remember. So I have to be careful because it's part of my my right hand. And I'm right-handed. And, well, better safe than sorry. So it might just be the stream today, uploading and resting. Resting is nice. Right. I don't think... Let's see if I can find an image. Oh, that's all kinds of colors already. Apparently there's a lot of difference. Well, then I have some creativity. If I don't have a reference, the worst thing that can happen is they will contact me, say I'm wrong, and then I'll recolor it. You were outside with your puppy. How did it go with the puppy? What is my reference text? I lost my reference text. Ah, the puppy listened well, or at least puppies and listening well, at least turning into a dog, apparently. And other news. Well, maybe if this goes as fast, but that means I have less talking, more arting. Then I can do a bit for the book 5 art. Just a little bit. Just some preparation because I still have to do a lot for it. But then you guys can see how I used a reference, a free reference. And incorporated that into my art. That's the first one. And a little bird head. And this one's not going to be a head. This one is backwards, not paying attention. Line art. So making a comic with only anonymous characters is a lot faster, but well, this is volunteer work. I know that some people don't know that. They think I get paid for this, but unfortunately, the newspaper I'm making this for doesn't have a budget as a whole. It's all volunteers. So I'm a volunteer as well. That doesn't mean I don't get any recognition or rewards. Usually around Christmas I get a package with sweets, candy, and nuts, all this and that thing. So I get a thank you package, but I don't get paid for this. So technically, because I don't get paid for this, it could mean that if I get a paid job, that takes the same amount of money, the penny would stop. But thus far I have no intention of stopping. Thus far nobody employed me. So there's no fear for the future of Penny just yet. There, clipboard. And he gets a little bow tie. That's a small bow tie. That's very much bow and little tie. There we go. This doesn't work. And hello, has been a while since you've been part of the group. And for Valentine, I don't get a reference with Valentine. I don't really get payment for Valentine's Day. I get recognition. Could have been a guy who told them this. Could have been a woman. Nobody knows. It's a joke. It's a reference to current news. And I don't know more than the news clip that was on the national news. And the solution would be just to contact them, ask them more details, but I only have 4 frames. Or, yeah, 4 frames. So I'm just giving myself a little bit of artistic liberty. If people want to know the full details, they can contact them and maybe support the Water Scouts. Oh, it's so cold upstairs. Already put my little heater on. But still, this is probably better than the old spot. You know, the one with the wasps. So it will mean that in the summer it will be too hot up here, so I might do 1 or 2 comics by hand, or I'll use my downstairs equipment just to minimize online time. It won't be too often too hot to draw here, but there will be a few days. I believe last year there were technically maybe a handful of days were too hot to actually draw. But I drew on other times when it was still cooler. I drew by hand. So that's something you don't have in the old spot. It was a lot colder in the old spot. And it was more alone. But still, this new spot is nice. Also, can you hear this? Can you hear this? No creaking. I've got my new chair. And it's quite a nice chair. It's more an office chair than the bar stool I had. This one actually has support for your back. It's slightly too far away from the table and I can't push it any closer because of reasons. And I also have to be able to still climb on top of it. But it has a nice seat. It's stable. It's a stable chair. So that's very nice. And, maybe I find a way to get it even more closer. But for now, this is fine. This makes no sense. This is a little bit better, but not still perfect. And this one needs to be a little bit wider, longer. And in nice surprise news, we had a surprise visitor in the studio. Not a famous person, just a surprise visitor. And they bought some things, which is always nice. So I had, one was a 3D card I created by hand. So I had to, pull that down from the web shop. It's still listed as sold out because I might make a new one eventually, but not right now. So it's listed as possibly, and people can always ask me, like, can you make this one because I really like it. And I also bought a second-hand book, which was on the top of my pile to list it on my website as a second-hand book for sale. So, well, one book less. When it comes to my collection of books, I've selected a few I need to hand add, and I still have about 20 books in the attic I have to add, and then I can continue the books in my other bookcases. So I'm still far from done. Was a little bit too busy to add them, and it's not a priority. I know some people are very surprised about it, that cataloging my collection is not my main priority, and it'll come. I have the most important books already listed. I ordered a few extra ones, so that was made the collection even bigger. But seriously, if you have the opportunity to get a book from the creator of Bubblejot, or one of the creators of Bubblejot, I believe Phoebe Im is her name. Sorry if it's not correct, but seriously, if you get that chance, you take it. Those are just the most adorable creatures she creates, or they. I actually don't know their gender. I'm assuming. That's the wrong taper. But I got 2 English comics from a friend. Let's see, Electric Tale of Pikachu Part 4 and Electric Tale of Pikachu Part 1. And let's see, Part 4, because that's on top and now in my hand. I think that's Sabrina, if I recognize this right. Yes, I see Sabrina. And the other one has Misty. Haven't read it completely yet, but I'm very happy with that. Absolutely. And more information about the customer. Over 70 and really like my work. Yeah, of course, people love my work. That's why everyone is looking at the stream. That was sarcastic and self-deprecating, I believe. I should believe more in myself. Not pull myself down that much. But I believe every artist does that. It's part of the imposter syndrome. And for those who don't know what the imposter syndrome is that's not something from the game Among Us. Imposter syndrome has there been for a long while. If I understood correctly, because I'm not a psychiatrist, with imposter syndrome, you consider yourself not worthy of being in that same group. So you can have an imposter syndrome with professional soccer players, for example. You think you are not good enough to be considered an artist, a soccer player, or at least a mediocre artist. So it's just a way of not feeling good enough. It's not that you're jealous of others. Well, you might be jealous of others as well. But technically, you don't consider yourself good enough to be considered part of their league. And now I'm not saying I'm part of the league of the Bobblejolt and anything like that, but I am a decent artist. I remember that when I was in high school, my art teacher told me to stop drawing. My writing teacher told me to stop writing because I'm very terrible at making up stories. I'm very terrible at drawing. So I should just stop. So, as you can see, I completely listened to my teachers. I stopped drawing and I stopped writing. Oh, wait. I absolutely did not listen. Partly because of the support of my parents, who thought, well, there is more in you, so thank you, parents. But seriously, even if you told me to stop, I wouldn't. Okay, currently I'm not drawing a lot. That has to do with some personal mental issues, which means I have less energy to do other things, and then I need to focus. So I'm, for example, working on the art for book 5, and it takes up a lot of my energy. So I'm not really drawing in my other time, which might come because I'm also currently working on diamond paintings, small diamond paintings, which I got at the Action, and they are have glow in the dark elements. I got the paintings for the glow in the dark. I believe they call them drills, those little gems. But yeah, if you have them, let's make them. No, only 20 by 20. I also found out that these paintings are not just a scroll, they're on I think it's hardboard. It's very thin wood. So after I made them, I'm probably gonna try and remove the scroll of painting from the diamond painting, so I have that separate and can attach it to cardboard or something like that. And then I have some wood paint for painting. And of course, my spare drills will be used for whatever. I decided to no longer keep them sorted, just throw them into a big jar. Because, well, if I sort them, that takes up too much space. Yeah, I could put those drills in resin art. I put those drills into those hand-made mirrors I make. And I used one on one of the swords. You just need sometimes just a certain color. And those drill bits are so varied in colors that you just maybe have one or two of that color left. So instead of tossing those, I use them, and for the little spaces, for filler. So you just might see them in the glow in the dark bits. I'm not sure just yet. Those are the ones I do keep separated from the others. Of course, I could probably order them online as well. But now I had diamond paintings, and I got 4, And I'm working on the third one. So I have one more left. They're not that big, so you can finish them in a week. Probably a couple of nights, but I don't really have that much time. So they just get done every once in a while. But you know me, reuse. Sometimes you feel a bit like Izzy from the new My Little Pony. She calls it unicycling because she's a unicorn. And whenever she finds something broken or something like that, she fixes it and makes something new, creates gifts for her friends from it. I don't go as far as dumpster diving. That's where I draw the line. But if something breaks in this household, for example, I had a speaker, one of those little ones you can play music, a Bluetooth one with lights, and the Bluetooth speaker itself wouldn't charge anymore. So we didn't understand what was going on. Eventually, we opened the speaker and we found that the battery was a nice fluffed pillow, you know, the ones that kind of tend to explode. So we brought the pillow to the recycling station as hazardous material, and I got all the lights from the speaker. And technically, you can still get it working if you plug a USB cord. But this is something I could probably reuse in some resin art, but I'm not sure yet. I have to try. You have to have something that fits in it. It's quite gaudy light, so it's flashy, literally and figuratively. I hate those words. Literally and figuratively. I think that's the pronunciation anyway. There we go. Line art. Yeah, if I would get all those leftover stones into little bags, considering I'm not the only one in my environment surroundings who make diamond paintings, I think I could file a complete, well, cabinet with 4 drawers. And well, I don't know why I would have the number because the painting is done. And if one does go missing, you usually can see from the side which it should be. And well, otherwise, yeah, tough luck. I'll just paste something else there. So I don't think I will need the gems again for the same setting, and that's why I don't save the numbers. It's just it's not useful. In my case, there are people who do consider it useful, and that's fine by me. And considering the website, I'm currently adding, taking pictures and adding the what's it called again? The keychains. And when I'm done with the keychains, which should be in a week or 4 because I add them a little bit at a time, so maybe 3-4 weeks. When I'm done with the keychains, then I can start adding the pencils. We still have a few Derwent pencils. And those, let's see, the pencils were all taken pictures of. And we need then the pastel pencils have pictures. By that time I have to look which watercolor pencils we still have left. Those are not much anyway. We just have a few of those left. And when that's done, we're going to for our embroidery floss of DMC, because we still have a lot of those as well. And those will be listed on the site as well. And it's not much that we have. It's when it comes to the pencils, maybe 2-3 pencils. But considering we no longer go to those big conventions like the Dutch Comic Con and the Elfia, well, we need a new channel for selling those things. And of course, people can ask us to take them along to a convention they attend, so the service will remain the same. And of course, the second-hand books that I usually took along to the Elfia because no other place was suitable. So let's take those as well as along as well. Let's see what else. I will have some few separate resin pieces that I will be selling then. You get a yellow bow tie. And what else do we have left then? Well, I'm looking into new workshops again. We found a teacher who is willing to host a tea ceremony and Japanese calligraphy in both hiragana and kanji. But we need to get materials for that, and well, it's not going to be a very cheap workshop because, well, you need to pay the teacher, you need to pay the materials. So it's not something that will be arranged within a week. So I still have plenty to do. Let's see. You are going to be orange haired because I can. And you are going to be black gray haired because I can. We still have quite some second-hand books left. We have DMC left. We have Derwent pencils left. It does mean we have to keep a close eye on the inventory. So whenever we sell something, we actually need to write it down carefully. We need to take pictures of it. So it's a lot more inventory work for us. But I do believe we may be able to cater to people more that way. Right, so you are going to get slightly orange shading. Yeah, I still have enough stuff for the Fantasy Fest, don't worry about it. Oh, I haven't listed the pencil cases yet. Where was the last time I had those pencil cases? Which was the last event? I think that, yes, the Comic Con was the last one, and I believe we had a few for the Fantasy Fest already? Not sure. And I still have to make new things as well. For example, I need to make a few more mirrors. I want to make a few big mirrors. Oh, missed a spot. There we go. I have a few swords to create. I need to start drinking before I start coughing. And currently still working on the new compact mirror. Thing is, I won't have big quantities of everything. I just have little quantities, making it more special and exclusive and get first hurry up. So it is a marketing trick, won't deny that. But in case I make 20 of something, oh, I missed a spot over there, but that's okay. I can fix that later on. In case I have 40 of an item and it won't sell. So that's why I'm creating less stock, making things more exclusive. I'll give the kids all a different color as well. It's gonna take a little bit, but that's okay. And that's why I also don't have big. Good evening to you. I don't have big stock for of buttons as well. I take my buttons machine along, so I can create buttons on the spot. But I don't have big amounts of buttons because I did see someone eventually tossing a whole stack of buttons, not even giving them away for free, no, tossing them because they wouldn't sell. And I had a few items I expected to sell a lot as well, especially a few button designs. And some only sold once or twice. And we had designs that sold a lot one year and then didn't sell at all the next one. I have no idea why that happens. Why is that happening? This seems like there's a... Well, I think what I need to do... There we go, and we fixed it. And that's why we don't have that much stock anymore. Plus, if something goes wrong, we had one time we had wind at the Elfia, and they tipped over a whole stack of our homemade mugs. So that was kind of a big loss of sale over there. It isn't very much fun if half your inventory is on the ground in shards. So. And of course we still have the alcohol markers, but the alcohol markers are getting extremely expensive. And I'm not kidding with the extremely expensive. Plus people decide to go to the beer brands because, well, they say make the official a colorless person. Well, I need some shading. Oh wait, you mean the official? Because oh yeah, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change that at the end. So and if it's not what you meant, it's still a good idea. Children are colorful, and the official is a gray, boring person. So that will be in the end, but still. I was talking about inventory and how with the comic markers people nowadays go for the B brands because they are just as good for those little drawings, like the ones with they make for greeting cards they send to someone else. And if you want to do illustrations, yeah, then Copic is better. They say it's not light fast. Well, it isn't light fast, but it is a lot more light fast than the B brands. I once had it was a color chart I made, so there wasn't much lost, and that color chart was accidentally left in the sun. And when I returned, everything was red. The blue turned to red. There we go, saturation. There we go, great. And what's it called? The yellow. Well, the yellow was just faded as a whole, but the blue was red, and the black was red. Everything was turning into red. So that's the big difference, and I don't have that with Copic immediately the same day. It's the same day part. So if you accidentally leave it somewhere, or the sun comes through and you forgot to put it away, at least you have a chance with Copic. I'm talking a lot again. Let's fix those little spotches that I forgot. I need to get a little bit of licorice. There we go. You guys didn't hear me come back, right? Because... Oh, wait. Now I'm dropping. Why am I dropping now? I haven't been dropped the entire evening and now I suddenly drop. Am I back again? I'm still connected to the internet. I seem to have been reconnected. You don't see that in the video on YouTube. So if you watch this on YouTube, the stream drops. I can get a notification for that. I have no idea what I was talking about, except that my chair doesn't creak because it's a new chair. It's a good chair. It's a silent chair. Really like this chair. I wish I could say which brand it was, but I have no idea. I did get some licorice because I noticed I was starting to get a dry mouth. Wow, I have 10 people watching, 11 people watching. Are those all bots? Why are there 11 people watching? That's about more than I have followers. But anyway, hi. Dutch comic artist being overwhelmed because there's so many people watching at the moment. And I have no ID. You are most welcome. Please come up again. Oh, and there they drop again. Wow. Those must have been bots. I mean, from 11 to 5, those must have been bots just instantly. Shame. Would have loved it if those would have been actual people. I have noticed that people on YouTube seem to be starting up my stream. I can't see if they actually watch till the end. And that's something I believe that if people watch a video for about 1.5 minutes, it counts as being watched. And people are actually watching my videos on YouTube. But it's okay. There was a time I dreamed of being one of those famous superstar YouTubers. But then I started seeing videos of them breaking down, saying they were overwhelmed, had to take a break, and that I have to make up new ideas every week. And I was like, nah, I don't want that. Would be nice if I would be able to make money with my content, but I don't want to get a burnout and stop doing what I like. It would be too stressful. So it sounds nice to be a famous YouTuber, but it usually isn't. So that's why I'm streaming just for fun. I'm putting it on YouTube for fun. Okay, let's make our balloons. I need to fiddle with the text probably, but I'll make it. I'll make it work. And the last one. One way or the other. Well, you haven't been there for the start, but this comic is a reference to a national news article, Jeugdjournaal, if you want to see it. It's about a scouting group who has a boat. And according to new regulations, the boat was a meter too long. And they needed official training every 4 years, and that's too much for a volunteer. So well, then they just chopped the part of the boat, and it's now underneath the 40 meters. And I thank for the suggestion for the title, but I don't think it fits because it's more reference to money, and this isn't a money reference. Eindjes aan elkaar knopen. En kunnen wij dat breken? En weer lijmen is more reference to Bob the Builder. Kunnen wij dat maken? Now and off. Mm-hmm. And I'm keeping the reference to Bob the Builder because it's kind of iconic. Where are you? Here you are. Nope. Fiddling, and it fits. Okay. Text fits. So feel free to text check. And this stack balloon is bothering me a bit. There we go, that fits better. Okay. This one. Oh, just 10 more comics and we've finished year 15. And I don't think I will be able to finish the penny comic compilation a week after. I just have too much on my plate to be able to do that fast. I know it's a disappointment for everyone in the comments, but I'm sorry. That's not the one I'm looking for. This is the one I'm looking for. But I'll do my best to 10 weeks, that's less than 3 months. So it would be April. Well, if I want to have it released on Fantasy Fest, I actually don't have much choice. But I also have book 5 I want to finish. So we have book 5 and penny 5. Fantasy Fest, and we have AnimeCon a week later, and then at the end of the year Fantasy Fest again. So maybe I'll just go for the release at the end of the year, just because I have too much on my plate. Because I know people find it hard to understand, but I kinda have issues myself as well. It's the 31st. Right. What do you think of this text? And meanwhile, I can let's see, one moment. There we go. And there we go. Let's see, a typo or grammatical error. I'm not sure if the last one should be exclamation mark or not. My Dutch grammar and spelling person doesn't say it is. It's weer is indeed not fitting in this case. It is a question, so it should be a question mark. It's not a statement at this point. It's not... Nou, dan korten ze hem gewoon weer in. Dan korten ze hem toch gewoon weer in. Except without the weer part. Because that one is not fitting. Because it didn't happen again. This is the first time it happened because of new regulations. And I'll just start these up. And get this back for a moment. Okay. I'll be sending that later. Okay. What's new? Nothing is new. Okay. Fine. Currently working on this piece. I'm just going to do a little bit because it's already 10 AM and I'm feeling my finger a lot. And like stated before, I kinda need my fingers in my life. I need... Where are my books? Oh, my books are over here. There we go. What I need... This is the object I used, and as you can see, there's a bookshelf. And you can move the books almost separately, but not completely. So what I need is to get the books from the shelf. And I managed to do it with this one, but this one looks a lot trickier because everything is black. 4 needs to go. So first of all, what we're gonna do is add a new layer, put it below, get a copy. There we go. And this one gets duplicated. So now it's no longer a movable object. Delete ruler, because we don't... Now it's no longer... It's now just a shape. See? Now it's no longer a movable object. Well, removing these parts is easy. So this is the easy part. But if I select... Oh, this one is easy to delete. This one is not easy to delete. This one is not easy to delete. This one is. And that has to do with this book. First of all, let's get this one out of the way. Then make it slightly sloped, just ever so slightly. This one is you still have this. And these books are just too... oh, that's a bit too much. And I need a hard brush to get rid of this little bit. And I need to get close up. Just need to remove a little tiny line, so they actually look part of the bookcase. Don't think that one book is very well done, but I still have plenty of books to create in. There we go. Little pixel. Lots of pixels over here. But this third row just looks very empty. So I'm just gonna see what happens if I'm going to copy a little bit. Behind it. Move it a little bit over here. Then duplicate the layer. Make it a little bit bigger. First of all, we're going to move it behind here. Even more behind. And we're just going to make it a little bit bigger. See, that shelf just looks a little bit fuller now. And the top shelf. So I did have a multiple layer. With the big one on the second shelf and the first shelf, there just could be a few, one or two smaller books behind it that you can't see. But with these two, it just looks too much. So here we do it again. We're copying it, we're pasting it, we're moving it below. this one is way too small. Just need to make it a little bit bigger. This way the shelf just looks a little bit fuller. And then if you have your lighting, it just doesn't look that strange anymore. Let's see. I have no idea who decides to start drilling at 10 p.m. What the heck's going on? You guys, this is live. Some idiot is trying to cut something and I can't even see what it was because it's all smoke. Yeah, we're done now? The whole street is white. First of all, why the heck are you doing this outside in the neighborhood? And second of all, why are you doing this in the middle of the night? It's not even cutting. They're working on their car? Oh, they're having engine problems. Seriously, it sounded like they were cutting down a whole tree. Well, at least it's not something terrible, it's just someone with engine troubles. Could have been worse. But seriously, it really sounded as if someone was cutting down a tree at 10 p.m. Already get information. How weird, it started smoking. Right, I need to give the books some color. First of all, let's make a single layer of all the books. There we go. Then we're going to get my scans. I scanned a few new pieces. So they're probably at the bottom. No, they're not. I had a scanner and then the scanner software got corrupted. So I got a new scanner. So everything was renamed. And then when I finally had that working, that software got corrupted. And now I finally have scanning software that's kind of reliable-ish. It's namely the original uncorrupted software, but I'm denying all updates for a while. So that's why the naming is suddenly from scan to image, and it's very, very frustrating. But I want you... Ooh, I've got trees and all. I didn't know I had that one, but I'm gonna grab this one. And I'm probably gonna need this one as well. And I also need some color. Right. I did scan some more, I believe, but I didn't send it yet. Okay. That's just my mistake. That's silly of me. Let's see, what's this one? Yeah, I can use that one as well. And I will have to cut this out and make it usable and all this. That's gonna take a while anyway. First of all, new layer. Second of all, clipping layer. Third of all, the books are suddenly different. And these are things I can just flip and all. This is just to get some unique patterns on the books, so they don't look like the same all. I mean, they still have a few colors, but the librarian was working color coded. That's my excuse, and I'm staying with that excuse. And books of the same series usually have the same color or same type. Plus, it's an alien library, so you can do whatever you want. Clipping layer. Multiply. Yeah, I like the multiply one in this one. I'm just winging it per usual. And the black needs to be less black, so that will come as well. Don't worry about that. And then I need to make a lot of more books. I'll open the sketch. What I still need to do. This is just a brush that I won't be able to use. No idea how I'm going to make the book stacks just yet. That's a future problem. First I'm going to finish these books in the bookcase, then I'm going to do the little boy reading a book, and then I'm going to do the book stacks, because that's probably gonna be some copy pasting. First clipping mask. There we go. Soft light perhaps this time. And a little bit. There we go. And this is how we make it less. Same. Now, first of all, we're gonna remove this because this takes up. And these are all scans I made of pattern books I bought. Those are, they're usually used for scrapbooking, but some are like really thin. Makes you wonder what the heck people can use them for. And I scan those patterns in and I use them in my own work. I'm not posting them online, so I'm not redistributing them, and I'm not using them one-on-one on the books themselves or images. So yeah, I believe this is different enough to call it a derivative work or whatever, fair use. This is just my way of using it, and normal people use it once, and I have so many I maybe use it once or twice. There are a few patterns I like to use a lot, and there are also patterns I really don't use at all. Shades. I'm gonna make it light in the library. This is a medieval library that has no electricity. Seriously, how did I do the shade on the books? I really can't remember how I did that. Let's study. Oh, those books were grayish by shade as a whole, so maybe if I make these a bit more gray. A bit darker because of the light source over here. Anyway, there's no electricity in this library, They just work with candles and windows, and this is a little nook, a little cranny, where the kid is hiding. So that means there's probably no window there. He uses a candle. Might be even the evening, maybe even past his bedtime, sneaking out, or early in the morning. Nobody knows what time of day it is. You can't see it because there's no window to see it. Doesn't that worry his parents? No, it doesn't worry his parents, and that's because this is a closed environment. And they consider everyone safe. Are they wrong about that? Absolutely. Alright, I need to shade the bookcase as well, but that will be later. First we're going to shade the books themselves. And of course the parents are a bit overconfident and consider themselves safe because they are so smart. And I'm not kidding about that last part. They consider themselves very smart, maybe even superior, which is partly the reason of most of their troubles. They're not a bad group, they're just overconfident and consider themselves very safe. I'm going to make duplicate, and this layer is going to be a little bit faded. And if I remove, yes, I remove this, and then you go over here. See, this makes the book softer again. The bookcase back shelf. That's the first shade. Making it match is sometimes quite tricky. How did I do that? What layer are you? You are one of the highlight layers. And let's see. Yep, this needs to be a little more highlighted. And now it needs to be a bit more shaded. Oh, now I need a soft brush. It's just a lot of switching from one brush to another. And doing a lot of work which gets hidden by everything else. You know how that goes. I need a little more shade in the back, so I need an extra layer in this case. Just a little bit of darkness because of the light source. So that was the back. And what I now need to do is first I need to create all the designs for the books. This is actually still too sharp. I need it to be slightly less sharp. So this is the easy part of the library because I can actually use reference materials by someone else. Kindly donate it. No payment, no reference needed. Now, to get my pen, and I need to have a brownish one. What's the size? This is the fine size. And now we scribble, just scribble. We don't even need to make any sense. Didn't that line need an outline, by the way? Yes. Thickness of the edge is 2 pixels. The thickness of the lines need to be black. Did I get anti-aliasing on? Yes. And the use of these edges and so that will be for later. Right. Oh, that's a bit too much. And it doesn't have to mean anything. If I would go crazy. And I like to hide little things in there. And I've hidden a lot of things in this top shelf as well, but half of it you can't see because of the shade. So I'm redoing a few over here where you still can see them. Yep, teeny tiny shampoo and a little Sailor Moon. With some creative thinking, by the way, so it has to be alien. So it's something. There's a little penny hidden. There's a little Kitty Ocean from Serenade Moon hidden. There's a turtle hidden. And we have a little mermaid over here. Again, this is just some scribbling. And I know it's a mermaid. Others probably can't even see it. But it's nice little tidbits. Can I make it? Nah, that's too tiny for a little Bulbasaur. But I can make perhaps a little Togepi. If I get a thinner brush. It's a tiny Togepi. There was a little heart of Kandrakar in there. Two little ones. I just had to. And even if I like, whoa, I forgot to do that book. That's okay, because I still have piles of books to create. Right. Now, what I did last time, can I still remember that? First we duplicate it so we can mess on something else. Then we duplicate it. This one gets blurred. And then considering the light, we need to move it slightly downwards. To the left and downwards. And let's see, with these lines, I did 52. 52. Wait, I needed to remove one. Okay, that's good. I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Right. now we add a little bit of shade again, because shades, lots of shades, but more individual shade now. Not the whole bookcase, now just the books. And we still use purple. So we multiply that, make it a bit softer, and we have some highlights. Those need to be a bit stronger now, because those are quite close to the source. So technically, if you would look at all the books without the shade, there are 2 shampoos and 2 Sailor Moons in there. Okay. I think this is my bookcase. Bookcases, by the way. There's 1 penny in there. 1 Kitty Ocean from Serenade Moon. 1 Heart of Kendrakar. 1 Mermaid. 1 Turtle. There's actually a book called with the letter K and 1 with the letter A. Let's see. There are books about the elements. They're down here. So these are about the elements. A few volumes about the elements. And then we have Sailor Moon over here, Shampoo over here, Little Turtle. Even the pier from Penny is even there. And it would be a bit weird to have my books on the shelves, considering this is the world where the books take place. Here's the K, here's the A, here's Serenade Moon. And here is Shampoo again, Kandrakar, Sailor Moon, a mermaid. Make of it what you want. And there's a little moon here. And there's a Togepi over here. It is plenty of references. And most of them will get hidden anyway. They just need to be random books that need to fit in the universe, so you can't do real life books. That just would be very weird. If you want to keep the magic, you have to keep the environment into mind. You don't get Tokyo Mew Mew Ichiko and you don't put them in Siberia without a reason. Just the same with illustrations. If you want to create magic, make sure the magic is real. So, and I don't think I managed to find stack of books just yet. I did quite a lot from books. Books, brushes, basic books, bookshelves. Oh, pile of books. Would this even fit? Maybe for one thing, but not most. Yes, first download it. Yeah, okay, and then you download it. Thank you. Yeah, this is one stack you can use. Let's see if I can move it. Where are you? Where are you? That's the wrong one. This is also the wrong one. This is too much already. You have to be sure that it even fits in the perspective, so it's not that easy. We need to move them around. I don't think. Wait. Revert display. Specify center object. Place model on ground level. Great. Thank you. But I still need to move it as a whole. That's not the one I was looking for. I think this one. See, this is like a pile you can put over here. Then it would still fit, and you still need to. And maybe you can add a. Let's see. Great, it needs to be a different layer, of course. I saw something about movable parts. No, there are no movable parts. Okay. See, this is what you would get, and that's just very boring. But, this was a brush, I believe. This was a brush. Bookshelf. Yeah, this is just a basic shelf. I can't use this. And what's this? Is this something I can use? First of all, make it smaller. Can you take out the books? Yes, you can take out the books. Because I don't really care about the bookshelf. I already have a bookshelf. Can I delete you separately? No, just as a whole. Okay, that's weird. Delete. No, everything needs to be. How about this? Nope. 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 I just select this one and then you just decide. Okay, but this is something I might be able to work with. Oh, this is very wonky. Oh, now I can move this separately, but not. How does this work? If it isn't clear, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. Nah, this is just too much work. I'd be better off just doing this by hand. And maybe by the time I get to that part, someone else already added a pile of books. So this is how far I am for now. And I just need piles of books and might even need to draw them by hand. So this is enough for today. I'll be seeing you next week again. Bye bye.